Good evening and welcome to this edition of Beyond the Politics, a regular examination of the events happening right here in the Quinte region and the people who work so hard behind the scenes to make it all happen. I'm your host, Paul Martin. Joining me, our illustrious guest for this midsummer edition is Bay of Quinte MP Ryan Williams.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good. Nice to be here.
It's summer, a time when a lot of us are sometimes perhaps not quite as busy, but not so for you. Out to about a bunch of events, we're going to talk to that. So many things in the national headlines as well. And your own aspiring video career.
Yes.
So that closer to the end of the show. But first, something that was happening today and is also going to be happening tomorrow is the presentation of some Queen's Jubilee.
That's right.
Pins, as I recall they are.
That's
so
right.
Tell us a little bit about this. This is all part of the 70th anniversary celebration.
That's right. So the Queen's, the Jubilee and 70 years of the throne. And, you know, it's an honor for us as the government to be able to present some pins. And these were pins nominated by community members, 4 community members. And we have 3 events. We had one today in Belleville, tomorrow in Picton and Trenton and Quinte West. And it's a thrill just to be there to nominate those that have put service above self and have really served their community, honored by the community. And I'm just privileged to be there as the Member of Parliament to present awards and pins to those that serve this region.
Now, I saw the picture and the list of recipients for today. Of course, some of them will recognize, like Councillor Carol Feeney.
Yes.
But some people aren't as high profile, but they'd still be really well known. Like if you work in the nonprofit sector, if you volunteer here in Belleville, you would know at least 2 or 3 of these people because literally the number of hours they give to the community is not only remarkable, but worthy of this kind of recognition.
That's right. And some that are on Cogeco, like Doug Knutson. Mm-hmm. Debbie Pike, who's put so much time and effort into feeding the homeless with Not Alone team. And I know of Debbie and, we know what she does, but to be recognized, it's quite an honor for these individuals. And we had 16 today, but we had over 30. There's some that couldn't make it. Well over 160 award winners that we're giving away. And obviously we're not getting everyone, but those that are being honored are rightfully honored. And we say it mirrors the Queen's servitude, her whole idea of service above self and serving not only your community but your country. And we had some men and women from the military and who've served our country as well. It's just an honor to be able to serve this on the Platinum Jubilee for 70 years and to honor the Queen.
And you, of course, have a history of serving the community, and the Williams family has a proud history of service that extends through all members of your family as well.
We've always believed in it, that you have to give back to the community that served you, but also I've always believed it's part of why we're here in general, to serve others, and we've always tried to do as much as we can, and will continue to. Today I was at the Humane Society, and they need some more donations, and certainly we'll be looking at that. We're looking right now at the YMCA and that campaign, which is really needed for this area, and Habitat for Humanity. And these are things that I get to see as the Member of Parliament, but it's fascinating and just incredible the amount that people give back. I heard a stat today that Quinte in the whole country is ranked 8th in terms of giving back per capita.
Wow.
And 8 out of, when I represent 338 different regions for MPs, that's remarkable. That's top 4 or 5%. So, good for Quinte and great to be part of that. And again, great to honor those people today who give back in many different ways. Your time is the most valuable. So when you're giving time, I believe fully in volunteerism. And again, that's something also for Volunteer Information Committee, but so great just to honor those people.
And speaking of money, and possibly for our last topic of this segment, because it'll take a while, inflation.
Yes.
So just today it came out that last month's 7.7% year-over-year increase has gotten worse, 8.1%, approaching what would be an historic high of about 8.3% not seen in 40, 50 years.
Yes. Yeah.
As a result, the cost of living, people are getting hammered with gas prices, that's one of the leaders, but housing has been up. Food, we're starting to see at the grocery stores, and especially now with some food insecurity issues, partially because of supplies that are diminished from areas like Ukraine that are now in the middle of a battlefield they can't export. How serious a problem is inflation for everyday Canadians right now, and how long do you think it might take to make any progress on bringing it down?
Well, inflation is the number one financial issue for all Canadians right now, and it's devastating, especially for those in our are middle and low income families. So it's the number one issue. The solution to inflation is to rise interest rates, and as interest rates rise, that also hurts middle and low income families as they see their mortgage payments go up. Businesses through COVID who took loans, particularly farmers as well, they find those loans cost more, which means they pass that on to consumers, and who pays that? Middle and low income families. We call it the invisible tax. So, and inflation, as much as, again, governments want to talk about Ukraine, Ukraine's added to it, but it wasn't the cause of. Back in November, again, 2021, Pierre Poilievre, then finance critic, talked about inflation at 4% at that time and talked about how it was going to get higher. Specifically to that, he would ask the finance minister and deputy prime minister, Chrystia Freeland, what would happen when interest rates go at 1%. Mm-hmm. Now they're at 2.25, and surely they're going to rise some more. And she would answer, well, we have the lowest interest rates in history, and we're not worried about that right now. Well, it's come back. So, you know, when we talk about inflation, it's more dollars chasing fewer goods, and that's what drives the cost of everything up. Certainly, we had supply chain bottlenecks. Certainly, we have certain things, but no question, $400 billion of government bonds were bought by the Bank of Canada. $100 billion were just this budget, just this past spring, which was called stimulus. And when you bought that money and you overshot, and that's what we talk about, it's gas on the inflation fire. When you overshoot and too much money is out, then the only thing you can do to rein it back in is to raise interest rates. Well, some cash went out to Canadians, and that was great, and it helped. And we're not talking about the cash for COVID. We needed some of that. But when you overshoot that, and $400 billion extra over COVID spending was spent, well, it's going to catch up, and that's where we are right now.
Now, you have to raise the interest rates to try to curtail it. Do you have to raise them as fast? I mean, it was a full percentage point. That was the largest single-year increase in, 20 years?
Yeah.
When it happened last month. Now, after today's rising to 8.1%, they're saying there may have to be another full percentage point hike. I don't know if in recent memory we've ever had 2 full percentage point hikes. Usually it's a quarter or a half point. A full percentage point is almost unheard of once, but twice in 3 months. Is that where it has to go? Have we come to that point?
See, at the end of the day, I think the Bank of Canada has one mandate, right, which is to keep inflation at 2%. So obviously they're scrambling. They poured too much gas on. Now they're trying to stifle it, and the problem now is it's out of control. And how long is it going to be? We don't know. Mm-hmm. Only every month you see it. You see an announcement that housing prices have cooled. Well, they're not cooling; they're just slowing, mm-hmm. right? People are now waiting. You see the stock market went down. Well, what happened was when interest rates go up, they're meant for so that people purposely take their money out of the stock market and they put it into investments because they can make right now it's 2.25%. It is good for seniors who have fixed incomes and money in accounts because they can make a little bit more back. But we're seeing these transitions and these massive influxes because banks who got it wrong are now trying to overcompensate to get it right. Well, to your point, I don't know what it's going to take because it seems like it's really out of control. I can tell you this, when it comes to recessionary fears, I don't see recession or prolonged recession. I see slowdowns, which are the result of probably interest rate hikes or something else happening. But the world needs what we have here in Canada. They need oil, they need wheat, they need energy, natural gas. We have that in spades. We always say we have what Russia has as well. We just have to make more of it. We've curtailed that. We have to get back into that business. The single biggest answer to quell inflation is to make more of the stuff money buys. Because if you have more dollars chasing fewer goods, you just increase the goods. That allows you to do that. We talk in the hotel business. If I have 100 rooms and I drop 200 more in, your rates go down. Your business slows. More of something helps with that. But the bank's only strategy, really, besides our solutions, which were, helping create more things, our labor market woes, which we're short 1 million jobs. Let's fill those. Let's get skilled trades. Let's build more homes. More rental units specifically would help quell the out-of-control rental market right now. All these different things have to happen. But government acts slow. It implements slow. At the end of the day, the Bank of Canada will just have to do what it knows best, and it'll probably hurt Canadians for a little while.
So we have a couple of minutes left. Let's talk about some of the things that have been going on, including right in our own backyard in Quinte West. Some great events, including the recent fireworks and drone show, which I also attended, something they did in that format for basically the first time. Mm-hmm. Super impressive, lots of great feedback. What did you hear?
Oh, just amazing. Again, we live in the best region in this country. We know that, and probably the best region in the planet. the things you can do here. And what's kind of neat about that video too is I got to showcase some of the area, the waterfront.
Sure.
So I'm at the beach, I'm in the Quinte West waterfront by Tomaso's, I'm at the Myers Pier. We have 1,200 kilometers of shoreline. Pretty awesome, right? And the fishing, the fireworks shows, the music festivals, the Rock Fest back, how awesome was that, right? Just the amount of people that are going out again, the economy here back quite a bit in the region, tourism, the wineries, the brewers, the cheese, the chocolate, the golf, everything that we've got here is just so awesome. And just glad to see businesses back at it, back in full strength in a lot of ways, and hoping that we can weather the other part of the storm facing businesses, which is inflation and certainly interest rates.
Just over a minute left. What are you looking forward to doing with the rest of your summer?
Well, I'm really looking forward to going across the region and meeting as many people as I can. The thing about Ottawa is from Monday morning at 10 a.m., normally till sometimes Fridays, I'm in Ottawa, and you'll get once in a while back. And of course, I have a family, young family, 3 children under 10 that I want to spend as much time as I can with when I'm not there. So in the summer is the time for me to go around and see people, see businesses, listen to people. Anyone that's here that I can connect to is important for me. And of course, this week, being able to reward some people with some great awards for the recognition of what they're doing well here in this region. And hey, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, it's our office is easy to find, 250 Sydney. Most times I'm there. 613-969-3300 or ryan.williams@parle.gc.ca.
20 seconds left. What can you say about the staff? Because you've set up the office now, and they're great.
I can't say enough about the staff. Ingrid Moore, who's my parliamentary affairs assistant, just doing an awesome, amazing job. Ryan Reed, we've been promoting her. She's really great. We have Natalie she was an intern, Natalie Cummings, and she's now coming in. And in Ottawa, I've got Sean Finnegan. He's my superstar in Ottawa. I just can't say enough of the staff. They're just doing a great job. They're working hard for you, and I'm just so very proud of them.
Thank you so much. This has been Beyond the Politics with MP Ryan Williams.